Hello there. Dr. Bill Crawford here, psychologist, speaker, author of 4 books, host of 2 PBS specials. Here today to give you another tip on how to help you create the life you want. How to bring more clarity, confidence, creativity into everything you do. Today I want to become more clear about the issue of anxiety. And I say more clear because I've talked about this before, but I want to address it again because it just seems so prevalent in people's lives. And on some level, that makes sense. I mean, anxiety can be valuable in the sense that it can let us know something needs our attention. There's a quote that I use in my seminars that says, stress, anxiety, frustration, is a signal something needs to change. Suffering is when we don't make the change. So the idea of using anxiety as a signal, if we're worried about something, anxious about something, and that lets us know that something in our lives needs our attention, that's great. It's kind of like a little dashboard light that comes on, a little warning light. That light isn't the problem, but it is a valuable signal. It's there on purpose. And when we trust that signal and we take our car to someone who knows how to fix cars, that signal has worked very nicely. But notice we're not using anxiety to solve the problem, we're using it as a valuable signal. That's when it really kind of mucks us up. It's when we try to use it to solve the problem. It goes along with a quote that I'm sending out to those 5,000 people on my quote list. It says, "You can't use anxiety to deal with your anxiety. It only makes you more anxious." See, I think that's what a lot of people do. They get anxious, and then they get anxious about the fact that they're anxious, and they try to use that as a motivation for change and a motivation to try to solve the problem. That can backfire in 2 ways. Number one, if they do solve the problem, they've reinforced using anxiety as the energy to do so, and in the future, when there's a problem, they have to get really anxious in order to try to solve it. Plus, when we are anxious or worried or stressed, for those of you who follow my Life from the Top of the Mind philosophy, you know you're kind of trapped in this lower 20% of the brain where fight or flight is really your only 2 options. I suggest we access this upper 80% of the brain, the neocortex, what I call the top of the mind, where we have access to our clarity, our confidence, our creativity, our interpersonal skills, our problem-solving skills. All the thoughts and intelligence and purposefulness we need to solve the problem. Plus, if the problem needs to be solved in the future, then that actually engages these frontal lobes where we think about the future in a very purposeful way. The more we get anxious about the process, the more we minimize those upper level qualities and characteristics and maximize that fight or flight reactive part of the brain. So, what I'm encouraging you to do is to use anxiety for what it is for. If it is a signal something needs to change, terrific. Notice that. But then shift to a different energy. Clarity, confidence, creativity, compassion, your interpersonal skills, your problem-solving skills. How you would recommend solving this problem to someone you love. So you can use love as an energy. But you want to choose an energy that is congruent with the solution, not the problem. I hope you're finding these videos valuable. I'm having a wonderful time bringing them to you. If you are liking them, hey, hit the like button. You know, YouTube and Google pay a lot of attention in terms of how they recommend videos by how many people hit the like button. If you have a comment, leave it below. If you have a question, leave it below. I always read your comments and questions and will be happy to respond to them. If you want me to come to your organization and talk to your group about how to reduce the anxiety maybe that's going on and maximize that proactive part of them, that intelligent, taking initiative part of them, love to do that. If you'd like to work with me as a psychologist or life coach, whatever you want to call me, all you got to do is go to my website, billcrawfordphd.com, hit the contact button, let me know what you're interested in, either a presentation or working with me, and I would be happy to do that. In the meantime, here's to you bringing more clarity about the energy you use to solve the problem, not just be aware of the problem, which allows you to access that confidence and creativity. More clarity, confidence, and creativity to everything you do. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.